Good morning, students. Welcome back. In our previous class, we have studied about the acids, their properties, bases, and their properties, classification of acid on the basis of strength and source, classification of bases on the basis of strength. So remember one point, the acid which dissociate means broken down or break down H plus ions in water, whereas bases dissociates OH minus ions in water. Now we will talk about the acid base indicators. The word indicator, do you know what is the use of indicator in your bike? Everybody knows that what is the use of indicator. It gives the information whether we are turning left or whether we are turning right. So same as the acid base indicator are those substances whose color or smell changes in acidic or basic solution. When we put that indicators in acidic solution or basic solution, they turn their color or the smell. So those are called indicator, or we can simply say that these are the substances which can identify acid or base by changing color or smell. So indicator are of two type, by changing color and by changing smell. By changing color, they are categorized as two types: natural indicator, synthetic indicator. In natural indicator, they are obtained from plants. Example, litmus paper. In our junior classes, we studied a lot about litmus paper, turmeric, haldi. Synthetic indicators are man-made indicators, are those indicators which are made up in laboratory. Phenolphthalein, phenolphthalein, नाम बहुत बड़ा है. Phenolphthalein, methyl orange. So there are two types of color. When we put these indicators in acid solution or basic solution, they changes their color. Now we talk about the olfactory indicators. Those substances which changes their smell when they put in acidic solution or basic solution. Vanilla, onion. So these are the types of the indicators. So that diagram which represent, or the table that represent the indicators and their colors in acid and alkaline solution. Blue litmus paper, when put in acid solution, it turns into red. We all know that blue litmus turns into red. And when that blue litmus put in alkaline solution, there will be a no change. Next we will talk about the red litmus. Red litmus will have no change in acidic solution but turns into the blue when it react with the alkaline solution. Alkaline means alkali or the basis solution. Now we talk about the phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein, natural color of the phenolphthalein is colorless, so it will no change in acidic solution. When we react the phenolphthalein with acid solution, the color of the solution will not change. And when we put 2 to 3 drops of the base solution in phenolphthalein, the phenolphthalein color changes to pink. A simple trick to remember, P, say P. Methyl orange changes its color pink in acidic solution and yellow in basic solution. So that is all about the indicators. Let's fast recap. Indicators are those substances which identify acid or base by changing color. They are of two types: natural indicators, synthetic indicator, olfactory indicators. Natural and synthetic are identified by changing color. Olfactory indicators are type of by changing smell. They are of Many examples of the indicators are blue litmus, red litmus, phenolphthalein, methyl orange. So now we'll talk about the chemical properties of acids and bases. The first property which will come in your exam frequently, that the reaction of metal with acid. Active metals react with acid to form salt, and every time the hydrogen gas is evolved during the chemical reaction. So in that block box, metal when react with acid, it gives out salt and hydrogen gas is liberated. There is a chemical reaction which shows in your example, zinc when react with the H2SO4. What is the name of H2SO4? I told you in your last class, sulfuric acid. So when zinc react with the sulfuric acid, it will gives out ZnSO4, which is a salt. What do we call ZnSO4? Zinc sulfate, and the hydrogen gas is evolved. Every time when the metal react with the acid, the hydrogen gas is evolved. But not all the metals evolve the hydrogen gas. There are some metals which do not evolve the hydrogen gas, like copper, silver and gold. So the question, what is the question in your mind? Why copper, silver and gold do not displaces hydrogen while reacting with acid? So the answer is because they are less reactive than hydrogen. Copper, silver and gold are less reactive than hydrogen. That's why they do not react with the acid. Now we'll talk about the activity which shows that the hydrogen gas is evolved during the reaction of metal and acid. And that is the reaction of dilute sulfuric acid with zinc metal to show the formation of hydrogen gas can be carried out as follows. Take a few pieces of zinc granules in a boiling tube and add 5 ml of dilute sulfuric acid to it. We will observe the formation of gas bubbles on the surface of zinc granules that you see in your figure, that hydrogen gas is formed during the reaction. Pass the gas being formed through the soap solution by the delivery tube, and now we can see the gas filled bubbles, that is the gas filled bubbles are formed in the soap solution which rises into the air. Now bring a burning candle near that gas filled soap bubbles. The gas present in the soap bubbles burns with a pop sound, and that pop sound is always be of hydrogen gas. So let's be familiar with the pop sound. You use the pop word in your Diwali time, that pop-up bombs. That pop sound is produced when the hydrogen gas is evolved. So what do we learn? Whenever the active metals react with the acid, they will produce hydrogen gas with a pop sound. So this activity demonstrates that the hydrogen gas is evolved during the chemical reaction of metal and acid.